Man, that slot perf feature is just really sweet. I mean, it punches out a hole, so for cover stock, it stays together real nice. Everything that comes off that Ross back lays nice and flat. It's nice. Kinda excited, kinda nervous. It's time to see what running envelopes is like on here. Shouldn't be bad, but I've never done it before, so I don't know what I'm getting into. Oh, hot dog. I just gotta rotate. That's nice. So it's been 1 month since I got the 1070 here, installed it, and it had its first day on the job. And I wanted to do like a recap of how it's gone so far and talk about ROIs, return on investment. Now there's several ways you can calculate an ROI, and to be honest, a lot of them are kind of complicated, and I keep things real simple. So I'm going to show you basically the simple way of determining the amount of time that passes until you've recouped your investment and then begin making that money back. So whenever I spend money on the business, buying a piece of equipment, I'm always thinking about the ROI. The amount of time I need to run that equipment to either make more revenue, increase revenue, or decrease expenses. It has to either make you money or save you money, otherwise don't touch it. Okay, so I wrote down here the amount of clicks that I ran the last month, the month of June, and shoot, I was this close to getting 100,000 clicks through there. And if I would have tried a little bit harder, I could have ran another job or two and we'd have been fine. But, so I ran 76,762 color and 22,700 black. That gives me a total of 99,462 clicks through this machine. So that's probably about average, maybe slightly above average for me. Now, if this machine would have had a service agreement with 5 cents for a color click and 1 cent for a black and white click, it would have costed me $4,065.10 for last month clicks. So that's actually that's about what I was paying for my C8000. In the past month, the only thing that I bought and put in this machine was 1 set of toner, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And I bought that on Amazon for $317. But the reality is that click costs are going to be higher than that. The $317 would be for toner, but there's also drums, developer, wires, belts. You got all kinds of other stuff going on in there. So I'm estimating that it actually cost me about $813 to run this for the past month. And that's a difference of a little over $3,200. Now, there's a lot more risk when you're running a machine and servicing it by yourself, but there's a lot more reward too. So the way I calculate a return on my investment is just dividing the machine cost by the amount of money that I'm either saving or making in a month. And that will give me the amount of months that you have to run a machine until you make your money back and then start profiting. So it's real simple. The machine cost me $8,000. You take $8,000 and divide it by 3,200, and that gives me 2.46 months. So 2.5 months until I get my investment back and then start profiting. That's insane. Because compared to like a new machine, if you were to get a new machine and service it yourself, you'd be looking at 14 months to pay back like a $40,000 to $50,000 machine, which is what this would retail at new. So it makes a lot of sense to buy used, and when you can get a return that fast, take it every single time. And that kind of leads me into why I haven't upgraded my cutter. So several people pointed out that, you know, this is an ancient piece of equipment, manual back gauge, no programming, and if I would upgrade, it would save me time and ultimately money. I'm not 100% sure, just because of the type of cutting that I do. I cut book blocks in half. Basically, that's all I'm doing on this machine now. I also cut down business cards and postcards and brochures and everything like that. And it would probably make sense if I did more cutting like that, but I don't see a really fast return on investment if I were to upgrade this. Now, when this thing dies and I need to replace it, yeah, I'll probably get a programmable cutter, and I'll probably wish I had it sooner. But until then, I'm gonna keep running this, and this is why. So if you buy a used cutter that has a programmable cut sequence in there and a manual back gauge. By the way, I can move this manual back gauge really quick, and I feel like I'm pretty quick on this cutter, and I don't spend that much time on the cutter. I have other bottlenecks in the print shop other than this. But anywho, if I were to replace this and upgrade it to a nicer machine, you'd be looking at like $10,000 probably for a used one. If you went new, I don't know, 40, 50. I think a programmable cutter with a automatic back gauge would save me, if I was being generous, I'd say like a half an hour in cutting time a day. I don't know if it would save me that much even. But, so that would translate into about like, it would save me about $25 a day, about $125 a week, or times that by 4, $500 a month it would save me. So then you take the machine cost, $10,000, you divide that by 500, and you'd get a 20-month return on investment. So it would take me running that new piece of equipment 20 months until I recoup my investment and then profit. That's still not that bad. I mean, there's other return on investments that I would measure in years. You know, it would take, 2, 3, or 4 years to get your money back and then start profiting. So 20 months isn't actually too bad. But when you look at like a 2.5 month return on investment, those are the ones that I'm going after. Now I need to figure out what the next, I guess the weakest link in the print shop is that I'm going to have to either replace or get a piece of equipment that I don't have and have another finishing capability that would drive more work for my presses. So that's my rants on ROIs and trying to keep it simple for simple people like me. And yeah, I hope it is useful for people out there. If you're in printing or anything, that information is going to be useful if you're running a business, period. So hopefully somebody finds that useful. Hey, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to put comments below of what I may have missed in my thinking here. If you can add to it, put it down there, and hopefully everybody can learn together. So we'll catch you on the next one.